Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless,
that's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center. This is game number 2 of our Crossroads League double feature, and it features the University of St. Francis Cougars, 11-8 overall, 4-3 in the Crossroads League, taking on the Goshen College Maple Leafs. 0-7 in Crossroads League play, 6-13 overall in the season. So this will be the first challenge here at the Hut for the 2019 calendar year for USF. The Cougars got back in the win column with a hard-fought 95-91 win at Grace College on Wednesday night. The Maple Leafs dropped a 93-75 verdict in Goshen to Huntington on Wednesday. Connor Lotzenheiser, Chandler White, Austin Compton, and Hunter Hollowell made major contributions to the USF Crossroads League victory at Grace that snapped a 3-game skid and left the Cougars in a 5-way tie for third place in the CL. Lotzenheiser scored 8 of USF's final 13 points, including 6 for 6 shooting from the free throw line to help the Cougars hold on. White scored 14 points in the second half. Compton hit 2 free throws that put USF ahead for good, 84-83, with 2:08 left to play. And Hollowell buried a long three-pointer after the Grace turnover that gave USF just enough breathing room that even when the Lancers scored, they had to foul to have a chance down the stretch. Lotzenheiser made sure Grace didn't open the door by connecting on all 6 of his free throw opportunities in the final 32 seconds, despite the Lancers' attempts to ice him at the line. He finished 10 of 10 at the stripe in the second half. For Goshen, they scored more points from three-point range, 42 of 30, 14 three-pointers in the loss to Huntington. Their 14 three-pointers, a season high. DeMarcus Stuckey led Goshen, scoring with 22 points in the loss to the Foresters. After today's game, USF will play 6 NAIA top 25 teams in their final 10 games of the regular season. St. Francis against top 25 opponents are 6-3 on the season and have won 4 straight. The last one coming at number 8 Southeastern out of Florida, winning at 71-62. Within the 3-game slide, and that started with a 63-61 loss here at the Hut against Aquinas. A day later on the road in Lincoln, Illinois, losing at 88-72. And then last week picking up Crossroads League play at Taylor and dropping to the Trojans 75-72. Spring Arbor is in first place with a 6-1 conference record. Wesleyan at 5-2. Mount Vernon, Bethel, and Marion, along with St. Francis and Taylor, all sitting with 4-3 records. Overall, Spring Arbor 16-3. Wesleyan and Mount Vernon Naz, all with 16-3 records. Bethel and Marion at 15-4. The Cougars at 11-8. Looking at the top 6 teams in the CL. Currently the Crossroads League with 5 teams ranked in the top 25. Wesleyan comes in at number 3. MVNU at number 5. Spring Arbor at number 8. Marion at 13. And Bethel at 16. Looking at Goshen College, they are led by number 5, DeMarcus Stuckey, a senior, 6 foot from Saginaw, Michigan. He's averaging 21.7 points per game, which ranks him number 17 in the country. He has 412 points scored on the season, which ranks him number 10. 35 steals, ranks him number 22 at 1.8 steals per game. 103 assists. He averages 5.4 assists per game, ranks number 8 in the country, and has hit 49 three-pointers, which is 38th best in NAIA, while shooting 31% from beyond the arc. Goshen as a team has hit 182 three-pointers. That is 32 more three-pointers than St. Francis has hit on the season. That ranks them number 28 in the country. They average 9.6 three-pointers made per game. They shoot 32% from three-point land. Meanwhile, St. Francis is shooting 39% from beyond the arc, which ranks them number 33. And 47% from the field, which ranks them number 45. Goshen currently shooting 43% from the field. The Cougars have 497 defensive rebounds on the season. Ranks them number 11 in the country, averaging 31.5 per game. And their rebound margin of 4.7, a plus 4.7, ranks them number 31 in the country. Individually, Hunter Hollowell has hit 54 three-pointers, ranks him number 24, averaging 2.8 threes made per game. He's shooting 49% from beyond the arc, which ranks him number 13 in the country. We're all set here for our starting lineups and national anthem. Our PA announcer is John Nolan, who is the voice of the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. My name is Jeff Mahoney, and on camera we have Ryan Stillebauer here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. The Cougars will host number 1 ranked in the conference, at least, the first place team, Spring Arbor. Spring Arbor is ranked number 8 in the country, but number 1 in the Crossroads League. Cougars will host them on Tuesday before traveling to Mount Vernon Naz on Saturday as part of a doubleheader with the Lady Cougars. So tough games coming up against nationally ranked Spring Arbor, Mount Vernon Naz, Wesleyan, Marion, Bethel, and then Mount Vernon Naz one more time. MVNU is the only team that the Cougars have not played yet this year. We send it down now to John Nolan.
Since we already performed national anthem before the first half of today's doubleheader, with players being able to practice, now let's meet today's starting lineup. First, for the visitors from Goshen, Indiana. At 1 yard spot, 6-foot senior for Saginaw, Michigan, number 5, Kentucky. At another guard, a 6-foot senior for Grand Rapids, Michigan, number 11, and guard 6'2" sophomore from Evansville, at forward, 6'5" senior from Andover, number 33, Allison Barry, and at forward, 6'6" sophomore from Madison, Illinois, number 42, Colton Noella. Goshen College's head coach and John Cross, his assistant, Ron Moore, Lieutenant Jared Papateris, and Mike Daniels. And now, the starting lineup for your University of St. Francis Cougars. At guard, 6'5", 180-pound sophomore for Huntington, out of Huntington North High School, number 42, Hunter Hallowell. At forward, 6'7", 185-pound freshman for Greenwood, out of Greenwood High School, number 32, Jeffrey Reynolds. At guard, 165-pound junior from Princeton, out of Princeton High School, number 31, Austin Austin. And guard, 6'2", 185-pound junior from Convoy, Ohio, out of Crestview High School, number 11, Connor Lutzenheiser. And at guard, 6'3", 210-pound senior from Fort Wayne, out of Merrill High School, number 10, USF head coach Michelle Cross, associate head coach Lou Cummins, assistant coaches Jared Petty, Todd Morgan, Austin Peters, Jim Thomas, and Zach Wilson.
And there we have it, folks. Starting lineups for Goshen College: DeMarcus Stuckey, Carter Booz, Tajman Blackwell, Al-Hassan Berry, and Colton Noel. For St. Francis: Hunter Hollowell, Jeffrey Reynolds, Austin Compton, Connor Lotzenheiser, and Chandler White. In the center there, that's Noel and Reynolds, a true freshman. Jeffrey coming out of Greenwood, Indiana, Greenwood High School. This possession will go to Goshen. That was number 33, Al-Hassan Berry. On the near wing, Booz. As the Cougars going to come out in their man-to-man defense. Noel being guarded by Hollowell down on the block. Left-hand hook shot's no good by Noel, who goes 6'6" out of Addison, Illinois. Reynolds being guarded by Noel top of the key. It's Connor Lotzenheiser, the junior. Floater in the lane is no good. A lot of contact as that's rebounded by Blackwell, sophomore guard from Evansville, Indiana. Transfer from Dodge City Community College. Elbow jumper. That one's no good. Rebounded by Compton. First minute here in the first half. Chandler White now in the lane. And they're going to say that was last touch off White. So a turnover by St. Francis. As he was bodying up number 33, Barry, the senior from Belgium. A transfer from Northern Oklahoma Community College. A lot of community college players on this Goshen roster. They got 3 of them. Patrick Ostrowski is the other one from Parkland Community College. Barry and then Blackwell. Bucket's good by Noel. His first 2 points of the game. As Goshen takes the early lead. Goshen College had won 5 games in a row They're on that winter break, beating Governor State, Northwestern Ohio, Central State, Holy Cross out of Indiana, and Trinity International out of the WAC. They opened up the season with a win against Lincoln Christian. They had lost 11 in a row after that opening win. So currently sitting with a 6-13 overall record, triple's good. And that's been their man right there, Jamarcus Stuckey. Nobody on this roster for Goshen received all Crossroads League honors a year ago. Just Chandler White, who was third team last year for St. Francis. Foul's going to go against number 23. So Tamaje Blackwell picks up his first foul, team's first. Chandler heading to the free throw line. Chandler shooting 62% from the charity stripe, hitting 28 of 45. As the Cougars get on the board, down 5-1. Head coach Chad Lacrosse in his 9th season with St. Francis. John Tropt in the 2nd season with Goshen. Blackwell now top the key. If there's going to be anybody, it could be Jamarcus Stuckey, number 5, being all Crossroads League first team this year. He's shooting 43% from the field and 31% from beyond the arc, 70% from the free throw line. 103 assists for Stuckey this year, putting up solid numbers. Never an easy task here in the Crossroads League. He named all Crossroads honors. Reynolds down low working against Noel. Contact, looks like that was partially blocked. The tip out was picked up by White. Chandler doing a good job scraping after that board. Now he goes straight to the cup, and we got a foul. See if it goes against Noel. It's not. It's going to go against number 33. So Barry picks up his first and the team's second. Stuckey ranks number 2 in the Crossroads League in scoring behind Kyle Mangus from Indiana Wesleyan. Mangus averages 22.9. That's another free throw good by Chandler White. Once again, White, 62% free throw shooter. Entering today is now 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. Stuckey's 412 points scored is the most in the Crossroads League. Remember, Mangus missed 2 games there with an injury. He and Grant Smith both injured at the same time. I've heard both are really close to 100% now for Wesleyan, which makes the Wildcats even more dangerous. Pretty much the reason why they are the highest ranked Crossroads League team, ranked at number 3 in the country. Elbow jumper no good, rebounded by Hollowell. White over to Lotzenheiser. Zone defense being played here by Goshen left Lotzenheiser all alone for that triple. So that loose ball was picked up by Carter Booz for Goshen. Booz with the dribble drive, walled off, picks up his dribble. Number 20's Brandon Watkins, not a starter, into this game now for Goshen. 3-pointer by Booz. The catch and shoot is good. 8-4 your score. Hollowell being guarded by Booz, out to Compton. Compton in the lane. Look at that little hesitation right before the swat attempt. Austin Compton is so much fun to watch. So good for the Cougs. As the Cougs go, or as Austin goes, so do the Cougs. When Austin's on his game, that's when the Cougs are at their best. So he's got a motor that does not stop. Noel cannot miss from 2 feet. Compton finds Lotzenheiser, left-hand dribble drive. Reverse lane was not there, went outside. That feed from Compton to Reynolds had some mustard on it. Media timeout here at 15-16. Goshen up 8-6. We'll be right back with you here from the Hut.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. Welcome back, everybody. How about Austin Compton getting his first 2 points of the game? Hollowell is going to go to Austin, right past his defender in the lane there. You saw that slight little hesitation before he went up with the shot as Noel took a swipe at it. Austin Compton averaging 10 points per game. He's one of 4 Cougars averaging double digits on the season. White at 10.2, Hollowell 11.2, and Lotzenheiser 15.4. 15 minutes left to play here in the first half. That was knocked away by Reynolds. Compton and the Cougs. Hollowell with the take, foul by Booz for about 12 feet out. Booz, that'll be his first. Team's third. Hunter looking for his first points of the game as the first one is in. Hollowell shooting 75% from the free throw line, hitting 15 of 20 entering today's game. Antoine Cushenberry, the freshman from Warren Central, into the game for St. Francis. Cougars with a much smaller lineup here. Miller enters as well for the Cougs. David Miller, the transfer, listed at 6'5", a transfer from Glen Oaks Junior College. We are tied up at 8. DeMarcus Stuckey already has a three-pointer made in this game. They're on the far wing. Three-pointer's no good. Attempt by Watkins, a sophomore from Westville, Indiana. Westville High School, as Miller finishes with the layup. Cushenberry with the assist. Antoine's minutes been picking up more and more as he averages 8.7 minutes played per game. Air ball attempt there by Bose. On the other end, right hand straight to the cup. Chandler White, his 6th point of the game. Foul goes against Alisson Berry. Excuse me, scores 11-8. Chandler already in this game a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Misses on the and one. So White now with 6 points. Going by the official scoreboard here with the 11-8 score. They got White with 5 points, and he definitely has 6. Down low. No good. Rebounded by Lotzenheiser. Chandler steps right into 3. No good with the board. That's Austin Brannigan, a freshman at 6'7" from Lowell, Michigan. Slow start to this game. Nearly 7 minutes in. Compton back off the bench for the Cougs. Lotzenheiser left hand take off glass. Lotzenheiser once again team's leading scorer, averaging 15.4 points per game, and they just gave that point back to St. Francis, so we'll put it up on the board. Gets his first bucket of the game. Pass deflected by Hollowell, number 31. It's Ben Cotton as the Cougars forced the turnover there at the shot clock violation. Trevion Cruz for Bethel leads Crossroads League with 2.21 steals per game. DeMarcus Stuckey comes in at number 3, averaging 1.84. TJ Henderson at Marion is at number 2. White down low, nearly pushed through the baseline. Compton over to Hollowell. Seven seconds on the shot clock. Baseline, nice reverse. Beautiful find, White to Compton. Cougars extend their lead to 8. Ball back to Blackwell. Cushenberry now with the defense on number 23. Blackwell hits it with the left. Pull his team to within 6. Blackwell, once again, entering today, averaging 7.6 points per game. The only player averaging double digits for Goshen is DeMarcus Stuckey. Foul's called on Compton with the hold. Checking in for Goshen, Dylan McCullough, freshman from Lewisburg, Ohio. Now a foul's going to go against Miller with the hold. David. No, it goes against. Excuse me, that was against Ben Cotton. That'll be his first for Goshen. Paul Marindet leads the Crossroads League, averaging 6.3 assists per game. Stuckey comes in at number 3 at 5.42. As David Miller gets the bucket for St. Francis. It's going to be interesting to see when these all Crossroads League awards come out where DeMarcus Stuckey ranks. Marindet and Spring Arbor are in first place in the Crossroads League. Nice find down low for Watkins. His first 2 of the game. St. Francis coming out in this game shooting 63% from the field, 0 of 1 from beyond the arc. Hollowell's the man to get you started there from 3-point in the lane. Hunter Hollowell. He now has 4. So the scoring starting to heat up. Watkins back out to McCullough. McCullough just averaging 3.8 minutes played per game, 0.2 points per game. Blackwell right off his foot. And they're going to say that was the last touch by Hunter Hollowell. Brandon Watkins is right there for Goshen. So a 30-second timeout going to be called by John Trough. At Goshen College. Chandler White, once again, not many players in the NAIA as strong as Chandler White. Here driving the cup, switches to the right hand there. Able to shield that defender. Chandler currently with a game high 6 points. He leads St. Francis with 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist for Chandler White. Once again, how about Austin Compton here on the baseline drive? Takes the feed, Darton, and finishes with the reverse. Back to the action here in the first half. Cougars up 20-12. That jumper at the shot clock buzzer is no good. Air ball attempt by Austin Brannigan. Brannigan's listed at 6'7" for the freshman. Off the bench now for Goshen, number 24, Ryan Mansbarger. Another freshman. Down low, nice feed, but a foul's gonna go against Ostrowski. That's his first and the team's 7th. St. Francis with 0 fouls here. So first one's good for Reynolds. Jeffrey Reynolds entering today shooting 63% from the free throw line, hitting 12 of 19. Checking out is going to be number 21, Brannigan. Eli Gingrich is the 5th leading scorer for Goshen, averaging 6.9 points per game. He wears number 15. We haven't seen him yet. McCall has that pass intercepted. Cougars have numbers. Nice no-look. Compton to Cushenberry. Cushenberry's first 2 points of the game. Blackwell did a good job of cradling and finishes. Was able to get through the contact there, pulls his team to within 10. Feed down low. Cushenberry to Jeffrey Reynolds. Cushenberry dropping some dimes here early on in this game. His last one to Reynolds should have been a bucket, but Jeffrey was fouled. We'll call a spin move. Almost looked like a travel there on McCall. That's going to be called on Watkins. .8:44 left in the first half as Cushenberry gets it over the timeline. Reynolds up top. Nice pick and roll down to the block. It's a beautiful play there, perfectly executed. Stockton and Malone, Cushenberry and Reynolds. Watkins' three-pointer's no good. Reynolds with the board. Lotznizer back to Cush, who's got a wide open 3. It's Noel all the way out with the defense. Three-two zone here for Goshen. Brandon Johnson in the lane. A good job of getting separation on that shot. Stuckey running the point. Cougars holding the 14-point advantage. Stuckey looking down low. Has to go over to Blackwell. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Blackwell 4-3, knocks it down with a lefty stroke. On the other end, Goshen taking their time getting back as Connor Lotzenheiser picks up his 4th point. We got a TO by Goshen, a full timeout. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball action here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post. And a centering feed to Luke Gibson. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hut. Cougars up 30 to 17 over Goshen College, shooting 73% from the field on 11 of 15 shooting. Goshen 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Now it's Jeffrey Reynolds tying Chandler White with a team high 6 points. Blackwell with a game high 7 for Goshen. Boy, St. Francis does a good job. Nice block down low by Reynolds. St. Francis does a good job of taking the opposing team's leading scorer out of the game. We saw that with Travion Cruz and Bethel in the Cougs' big win against the Pilots. Hand in his face. Hunter Hollowell drains it. Hollowell now with 7. On the other end, three-pointer's good by Mansbarger. Mansbarger coming in, shooting 196 from beyond the arc. Lotzenheiser with another deuce has 6. Stuckey for 3. Drains it. His second. Goshen now down 35-23. Reynolds down low, misses, trying to get his own rebound. Blackwell's going to come up with it. Now a steal by Hollowell, 1-on-2, as Hunter's going to finish with the lay-in for his 9th point of the game. Cougars doing a great job in transition, getting the buckets here in this first half. Up by 14 against the Leafs. Blackwell gets his own rebound off the side of the backboard. Bose driving out of the corner, left all alone. Finally contested there by Reynolds, but will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair for Jeffrey. That will be his first foul. St. Francis just its first foul in this game, and it comes with 5:30 remaining in the first half. Bose at the free throw line, shooting 40% on the season, 2 of 5 shooting. Hits the first. Chandler White back in. In for Goshen is number 21, Brannigan, the freshman. Brannigan checks back in, scoring 0 points. He's 0 of 1 from the field. Bose now has 5 points in the game for Goshen. 37-25. Lotzenheiser working against Bose. 11 on 11. Bucket's good. Lotzenheiser looking for the foul. None to be called by the refs, as Coach Lacrosse has an earful for the Stripes. Baseline jumper. Stuckey is feeling it for the Maple Leafs. Pulls his squad to within 12. For DeMarcus Stuckey, he's now a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. On the other end, Hollowell for 3. Stuckey working off the pick. Stuckey with 8 points in this game. Bose looking down low, taken away by White. Now transition. White's going to hold on to it. No foul call on the contact, so we're going the other way with Stuckey. Bose hands it off. Triple try is good for number 21, Austin Brannigan, shooting 29% from beyond the arc. entering today's game. 42-32, approaching 4 minutes left to play here in the half. Compton off glass. Austin Compton's been fantastic here in this first half for St. Francis. Compton sitting with 6 points. It's a perfect 3 of 3 from the field. Also with 2 assists. Lob down to Noel. Noel once again having a hard time budging Chandler White down there, the senior for St. Francis. Foul goes against White. So Noel at the free throw line to shoot a pair. He's 1 of 3 from the field. This is his first trip to the stripe. As the first one's off the heel, no good. Noel, the team's second leading scorer, averaging 8.6 points per game, enters today shooting 66% from the free throw line, 23 of 35. So it looks like Blackwell's going to check back in here for Goshen. Noel's going to take a breather. Much smaller lineup now for Goshen. As the Cougs are out there with their small lineup, Chandler White playing the post along with Hunter Hollowell. White with the pick on Stuckey. Hunter in the lane, fadeaway jumper is no good. And last tip, that's going to go off Chandler White with 3:23 left to play here in the first half. Cougs in the bonus. 7 fouls for Goshen, just 2 for St. Francis. Once again, the Cougars coming off that win at Grace College that halted a 3-game losing streak. As Cushenberry comes up with it, Lotzenheiser. Conlon Martin out of the corner, 4-3, left short. Well, wow, Lotzenheiser's there with the putback. Great play by Connor Lotzenheiser. Blackwell looking down low. Blocked from behind. Foul going to be called on Hunter Hollowell. As that was Brannigan driving to the cup. Brannigan listed at 6'7", just a freshman. Brannigan's 1 of 2 from the field. 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. His first free throw is no good. Brannigan, a 90% free throw shooter, hitting 9 of 10 entering today's game. Lotzenheiser checks out, Miller in. Also in for Goshen is number 44, Tanner Camp, the junior. He's from Fremont, Indiana, went to Canterbury High School here in Fort Wayne. 6'6" junior. Second's good. Now 10 of 12 on the season from the free throw line is Austin Brannigan, currently with 4 points. Cushenberry working off that pick by Miller. Left hand dribble drive, step back, fade away, no good as it left rims out. With the rebound was Mansbarger, who rises up. Long three-pointer. Holy cow. Mansbarger from about 27 feet out gets his 6th point of the game. Goshen wanting to walk. None called. And we got a bench warning going to be called on Goshen. Their coach, John Trop, graduated from Aquinas in 2006 in his 2nd season with the Maple Leafs. Lotzenheiser checks back in for Martin. Once again, folks, you're not going to want to miss it. This Tuesday, St. Francis hosting Spring Arbor. The #1 team in the Crossroads League are the Michigan Cougars from Spring Arbor. Cushenberry, three-pointer, just strong, rebounded by Miller. Miller's jumper in the lane, no good. Last touched by Cushenberry with 1:45 left to play in the first half. Antoine with some nice hustle plays here in the first half. He does have 2 assists to go with his 2 points. Coming off a state championship with the Warren Central Warriors. 38-0 was a record last year. Air ball attempt. We'll get the Cougars back the ball with the 11-point lead. Compton and Reynolds check in for St. Francis as Chandler White's going to take a breather. David Miller also taking a breather for the Cougs. .130 left till the break. Looks like Mount Vernon Naz up on top of Taylor, 36-29 early in that game. Bethel losing to Spring Arbor, 29-25. Reynolds finishes at the cup. Jeffrey Reynolds now with 8 points in this game. Stuckey. DeMarcus Stuckey is on fire. Only 4 field goals attempted in this game, and he's 4 of 4. 3 of 3 from 3-point. If I'm Coach Trough, I'm wanting him shooting it early and often. Good rebound down low by Camp, the junior, listed at 6'6". You got about a 4-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Cushenberry's all the way out on Stuckey right there at the timeline. DeMarcus Stuckey's from Saginaw, Michigan, a transfer from King College. Tight defense being played by Cush. As now it's Hollowell on Stuckey. The floater is no good off the heel. 3 seconds. Up to Lotzenheiser. Look at the clock. Just cannot finish on the fast break attempt. So that will do it for the first half. St. Francis up by 10. 48-38. We'll take a break and be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. Cougars up by 10.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off.
Sports medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education, but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurtz Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Cross. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipster. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where the Cougs lead it 48-38 over Goshen. Goshen College was led by DeMarcus Stuckey. He only shot the ball 5 times, but finished with 11 points, 1 rebound. Carter Bowes with 5 points and a board. Tamaje Blackwell with 7 points and 3 rebounds. Colton Noel with 3 points, 2 for Brandon Watkins, 4 for Austin Brannigan, 6 for Ryan Mansbarger for Goshen College. Looking at the University of St. Francis, 8 points, 3 rebounds for Jeffrey Reynolds, 6 and 3 for Chandler White, 10 points for Connor Lotzenheiser, 6 and 1 for Austin Compton, 12 points, 0 rebounds for Hunter Hollowell. Cushenberry had 2 points, And David Miller with 2 points on the board for your Cougars. St. Francis shooting 63% from the field on 19 of 30 shooting. 2 of 5 from beyond the arc, shooting 40%. And 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Goshen College shooting 54% from the field, 8 of 12 from three-point land, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Once again, DeMarcus Stuckey was 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, and Ryan Mansbarger was 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. We'll be right back with you folks with more Cougar basketball action coming up shortly.
The first time I've been able to do this kind of more complete understanding or view of your body. One of the things that's really important about this is that it's kind of legitimizing us as athletes.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Welcome back, everybody. Getting ready to start the third quarter here. Possession arrow in favor of your Cougs. Great first half there by St. Francis. The inbound, it will be Chandler White. White down on the block. Nice job with the fadeaway off glass. Chandler White now has 8 points. Leading St. Francis in scoring was Hunter Hollowell with 12, Lotzenheiser with 10. Stuckey had 11 for Goshen. Noel down low. Good ball fake. Pulls his team within 10. Now the outlet pass to Reynolds as he's fouled. Head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul goes on number 24, Mansbarger. Reynolds a perfect 2 of 2 with 3 rebounds. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, make it 3 of 3. (51-40) your score. .12 ad for St. Francis here in the second half. Bose for Goshen. Boy, very quiet in the first half there was Al-Hassan Berry. Berry with just 2 fouls there in the first half. Stuckey rises up for 3, knocks it down. DeMarcus Stuckey is a perfect 4 of 4 from 3-point now, with a game-high 14 points. DeMarcus Stuckey is looking like an All-Crossroads League first-teamer. here in this game. That pass is thrown away, nearly touched by Stuckey. Al-Hassan Berry there in the first half. 0 of 1 from the field with 2 fouls. Noel down low, goes strong with the right. Noel having a hard time finishing on the low post. He's now 2 of 5 from the field. Compton, no problems finishing as he hits the deck hard. Another deuce for Austin Compton. He's fouled and will head to the free throw line looking for the and one. Compton now with 8 points. Completes the three-point play. Noel once again looking to split defenders, could not get through the wall of Chandler White and Reynolds. No look goes to Lotzenheiser. No foul called as the block goes to Mansbarger. Stuckey on the other end. Very quick to get into a shot. Bose, three-pointer. Mansbarger, left rim's no good. 17:31 remaining. Cougs up by 12. St. Francis winning the frame so far, 7-5. Compton, nice find down low. Reynolds with the reverse. Jeffrey Reynolds now with 12 points. Ties Hollowell with a team high. 3 Cougars now in double-digit scoring. Noel, and we got traveling going to be called. Goshen goes to Colton Noel often here to start the second half. He's just simply not finishing. That time turning it over. About to check into the game will be number 34, Patrick Ostrowski. Reynolds had that one blocked by Noel, and now turning it back over was Al-Hassan Berry. Lotzenheiser switching to the right. Foul going to go against Noel. That'll be just his second. Colton Noel is going to leave the floor with an unhappy look on his face. From Addison Trail High School out of Illinois. Lotzenheiser's first free throw is up and in. Lotzenheiser 6 of 9 from the field, now 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the snow keeps falling. All the high school games in the area have been canceled for tonight. Summit City Sports was going to have 4 broadcasts for you. All have been canceled, which is not the worst situation in the world because the Colts are playing and then the Cowboys afterwards. As a fadeaway is no good by Mansbarger. No, excuse me, that was 34, Ostrowski. Jalen Smith, who was Mr. Indiana football, playing for Bishop Lewis High School here in Fort Wayne, having a great all-pro season for the Cowboys. We got a media timeout. We'll be right back with you here with more Cougar basketball.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here to the hut. Yeah, last we heard in Kansas City, 8 inches of snow as they get ready for today's game against the Indianapolis Colts. I have to give the advantage to the Colts and Andrew Luck in that situation, going with the veteran signal caller over the second-year Patrick Mahomes. Plus, you know, Kansas City never does good in the playoffs, so. But what a great comeback season for Andrew Luck. A lot of people now are saying Antonio Brown might be heading to Indianapolis. I'm not so sure if that's a great idea. White. Guess it really just depends on how much money you pay him. So the foul goes against Bose, his second, team's fifth. Cougars still with 0 fouls. Chandler White, the nearly automatic here from the charity stripe. (61-43). White now 6 of 7. Stuckey for 3. I don't know how he gets that separation right there. So Goshen calls the 30-second timeout here for Stuckey. Such a pretty shot. Let's see how he was able to get that just little separation. Stuckey bringing it up over the timeline here. Compton's got the defense. Lotzenheiser right there on that pick play. Oh, man. Goshen currently down by 15 points. Stuckey is 6 of 7 from the field, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc for 17 points. I'm almost at the point where I'm just telling Stuckey to chuck it once he gets the ball in his hands from 3-point. Press being put on here. Trap Stuckey on White over to Compton. Cougars break it. Good look though by Goshen. White being guarded by Berry on the perimeter. Reynolds down low. Alassane Berry rips it away, and we got a tie jump ball. Possession going to go with Goshen. We'll go back to St. Francis with the arrow. Once again, Goshen won their first game of the season, lost 11 in a row, then won 5 in a row during the Christmas break outside of Crossroads League competition. It was rebounded by Hallowell. But re-entering the Crossroads League, they lost to Marion and Huntington in back-to-back games. Neither one were very close. 89-63 against Marion and 93-75 against Huntington. Playing much closer here against the Cougs as Cushenberry checks in for Compton. (14:44). Stuckey calling for motion, sends Mansbarger all the way to the opposite end of the floor. ball fake over to Camp for the bunny. Tanner Camp, his first 2 points of the game. Lotzenheiser, left-hand baseline drive, misses on the reverse. Camp with the board. Stuckey's being guarded by Reynolds now, top of the key. Cougs in a man-to-man defense. Reynolds, probably the most athletic player on St. Francis' team. He's got the height advantage on Stuckey, and that's for sure, as White was on the baseline there. He'll turn it over. Reynolds checks out. Miller's back into the game for the Cougs. Stuckey rises up. That's his first three-point miss of the game now. 5 of 6 from three-point. Lotzenheiser on the other end. Finds Miller down low, and Camp's going to get called with the foul. That'll be his first. Team 7th. Fans saying call it both ways. Goshen fans at least. Cougar fans pretty happy. Only one foul here in the second half as Cushenberry all alone for 3. Knocks it down. Antoine Cushenberry now with 5 points. In the first half, Cougs only 3 fouls. Goshen only had 6. Goshen had more than 6. I know St. Francis was in the bonus. Alisson Berry with the finish. Pulls his team to within 14. That's his first 2 points of the game for Berry. Miller, 17-footer. No good. Nice take by Stuckey. That's going to fall, and he'll head to the free throw line looking for 1. Foul goes against Cushenberry. Entering today's action, Stuckey shooting 70% from the free throw line, hitting 57 of 81. Again, it's just going to be interesting to see where Stuckey falls in those Crossroads League honors, as they normally do take wins into consideration. He's going to be no fewer than all Crossroads League second team. White in the lane. Had his shot blocked by Camp, picked up by Berry. Rising up, Stuckey, 4-3. That pulls Goshen to within 8. We got a timeout going to be called by Coach Lacrosse and the Cougars. That'd be a full timeout. Watching Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Crawl. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher, shot scores!
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back here at the Hut. 64-56 is your score with St. Francis on top. We'll try to find some other scores from around the Crossroads League. It's Bethel on top of Spring Arbor, 43-42. That game in the second. All these games in the second. Mount Vernon has beaten Taylor now by 10, 55-45. Next week at this time, St. Francis will be on the road in Mount Vernon, Ohio to take on the Ohio Cougars. 3 teams in the Crossroads League nicknamed the Cougars. St. Francis from Indiana, Spring Arbor from Michigan, and Mount Vernon Naz from Ohio. Now if St. Xavier out of Chicago were in the Crossroads League, then you'd have 4 teams named the Cougars, and you'd have the Illinois Cougars as well. But we're just not that lucky. 64-56 after the traveling call on Miller. Blackwell's been quiet here in the second half. Tamaje currently sitting with 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field with 3 rebounds and an assist. Camp, wow, nice find by Stuckey. Now just a 6-point advantage for the Cougs. Miller out, Reynolds back in as he floats down to the block. Compton, a little bit too strong. Blackwell with the board. Stuckey maneuvering through the traffic, pulls up at the timeline. Stuckey so quick on the floor, hits the fadeaway. Goshen now within 4. .10:37. Stuckey now has 25 points, 4 points over his season average. Foul goes against number 31, Ben Cotton. He now has 3 fouls. Lotzenheiser back to the free throw line. Connor a perfect 2 of 2, 6 of 10 from the field with 14 points, a team high. Goshen trying to get it figured out here, getting Noel back into the game. He'll check in for Camp, who had a great few minutes there for Goshen. Lotzenheiser once again entering today, shooting 79% from the free throw line. The team's leading scorer hits the first, averaging 15.4 points per game. .65-60 is your score. Brandon Johnson set to check back in for St. Francis as Lotzenheiser hits both of them, extend the Cougar lead to 6 points. Johnson's going to check in for Hunter Hollowell. Brandon, just a freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Northside High School. Lob goes into Noel. Catch and shoot. Stuckey just a little bit short. That's tipped to Johnson. Johnson out to Cushenberry. Lotzenheiser now out of the corner. Cotton with the defense. Reynolds working against Noel. Inside 10 minutes to play here in the first half. 2-possession game. Johnson, 3-pointer left short. Noel with the board. Blackwell on the other end. Look for the handoff, stolen by Johnson. 2-on-1 as Johnson's going to keep it himself with the ball fake to Stuckey. Great move there by the freshman Brandon Johnson and a much-needed bucket. That's his first 2 points of the game. Noel down low as his struggles continue. Now 2 of 6 on the live stats. So possession going to Goshen after the miss. That Spring Arbor Bethel game is a tight one. Wesleyan is rolling Huntington 67-40. Cougs shooting 57% from the field. Goshen at 55. Goshen is hot from beyond the arc, though. You can see why they're nationally ranked in three-pointers made. Entering today with 32 more three-pointers made than St. Francis. Stuckey, another tray, as he's starting to go cold. Offensive board, and the putback is good to number 21, Austin Brannigan. Once again, a 6-point ad, 2-possession game. That one will rim in. Lotzenheiser and the Cougs. Connor now with 16 points. Three-pointer rims in to Brannigan. Brannigan now is a perfect 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. He has 9 points. Loose ball picked up by Cush. Compton out to Lotzenheiser. Wide open three. Just left short. Nice rebound by Johnson. Camp back in for Goshen. It's the coaching staff for the Maple Leafs. Not too happy with that offensive board. Johnson left all alone. Another one left short. This time Camp with the rebound. Stuckey tied up. Traveling or a blocking foul? Foul goes against Compton. Cushenberry checking out. Hunter Hollowell back in for the Cougs. 7:03 left to play and a 5-point advantage for St. Francis. Stuckey is having himself a game here at the Hut. White down low, blocked by Camp as he takes over possession. Stuckey scored 34 against Michigan Dearborn. Another three-pointer is up and in, as that's going to give Goshen the lead at 71-70. Stuckey is just here on fire. Got a timeout, full timeout. We'll be right back with you. More action here from the Hut. Got a good one here.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back here to the hut. DeMarcus Stuckey's on fire right now for Goshen with 31 points, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc. His career high is 34 points scored this year against Michigan Dearborn. Goshen taking the lead for the first time here at 71-70. Stuckey once again. Goshen getting really good minutes from Tanner Camp here in the second half. White now on Stuckey. Pulling up. Air ball attempt there for number 24. Stuckey from way downtown. That one's off the heel. That was Mansbarger with the air ball in the lane. Hollowell out of the corner, no good. That ball tipped to Compton. Now Lotzenheiser, good on the ball fake. Three-pointer left short, chased down by Compton. Compton's like having an extra player on the floor. USF currently in the bonus. As Compton gets the bucket, we'll look for the and one. For Austin, his 11th point. USF currently with 4 timeouts remaining, 3 for Goshen as we get those updated. Compton a perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line in this game with 11 points. Take it 2 of 2. And we're entering today's game, Austin, a 70% free throw shooter. Timeout for Goshen. And that will be a full timeout. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code SummitCity for 15% off today. Welcome back to the hut. Cougars taking back the lead at 73-71 after the three-point play by Austin Compton. Beautiful drive to the cup and finishes hitting the free throw. It's Austin doing what Austin does. But how about DeMarcus Stuckey? Needs 3 points to tie a career high, 4 to set a new career high. Stuckey off glass, can't finish. Rebounded by Cushenberry. Barry out with the defense on Compton as they go down low to White. White, nice mismatch there. Working against Mansbarger. No issues for Chandler White. Cougs taking back control of this game. Barry leaves it up for Stuckey. Fights through the contact. Looks like a foul going to go against Cushenberry. Stuckey in this game, a perfect 1 of 1. That one's left short. Rebounded by White. 75-73. 8 fouls for Goshen, 4 for St. Francis. So we're approaching the 4-minute mark. That ball coughed up there. Now in transition, finishing with the lay-in, Brannigan. Ties this game up at 75. Lotzenheiser, top of the key. And Bose getting a hand in, going to be called for the foul. That'll be his 3rd, team's 9th. Lotzenheiser back to the free throw line, where he's a perfect 4 of 4. Lotzenheiser gives the Cougars back the lead. Connor now with 17, make it 18. And Lotzenheiser's just been fantastic, coming off a great game at the free throw line against Grace. Now a 6 of 6 here against Goshen. Both GCs. Step back, Cushenberry right in the face of Stuckey as he misses on the jumper. Marcus Stuckey now 12 of 18 from the field, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc. Cush, White up top. Lotzenheiser coming from the block. His low post is wide open. Good pick by White. Step back, Lotzenheiser's three's no good. White down low. Hollowell for 3, knocks it down. Hunter Hollowell and the Cougs extend their lead to 5. Hunter now with 15 points. He is 3 of 6 from 3-point. This is becoming the DeMarcus Stuckey show here in the second half for Goshen. So foul goes against Lotzenheiser, his 2nd, team's 5th. Catch and shoot, baseline left short, rebounded by Compton. Compton was looking for the foul there, going up against Al-Hassan Berry. Nearly stolen by Berry. A turnover, traveling on Lotzenheiser. Good crowd on this side of the stands here at the Hut. Everything in your view, not bad, not great. Students still not on campus as the winter session, I believe, starts this coming week. Nobody traveling today though, now with all the snow coming down in Fort Wayne. Stuckey, Berry, easy deuce. Al-Hassan Berry now with 4 points. 3-point game with 1:39 left to play. Compton nearly had that one taken away. That was Bose. Look at Austin Compton down low. And Berry with the big foul. See, Compton's kind of getting fed up with it. As Compton heads back to the free throw line. Compton once again just lulling the defense to sleep there. You see the big foul. Austin's first free throw is up and in. Compton, 2 of 2 now from the charity stripe with 13 points. This is on the second, 81-77. 2-possession game. That one was knocked away by Compton. Steal by the Cougs. He's into the Goshen bench. Nine turnovers for Goshen, 9 for St. Francis. Compton lost his footing there for a second. Lotzenheiser wide open. Three-pointer left short. There with the tip-in, Chandler White. 83-77. Stuckey's going to have to shoot all threes. Knocks it down. We got a full timeout. We'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw. Shot hits the post. And the centering feed to Luke Knipscher. Shot scores.
The rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Welcome back to the Hut. 83-80 is your score. Goshen taking the lead for the first time minutes ago, and it's been back and forth ever since. Stuckey with 36 points, a new career high for DeMarcus Stuckey for Goshen. Putting up some great numbers this year. Seeing if he can't crack into the All-Crossroads League first team selection. Probably not going to happen for DeMarcus Stuckey. Probably end up second team. White. 18 seconds on the shot clock. About a 12-second difference between the shot and the game. Lotzenheiser working off that pick by White. Cougar has been cold from beyond the arc, shooting just 27%. But there, Lotzenheiser knocks it down. Huge three-pointer by Lotzenheiser. And that's going to do it for Goshen. They need Stuckey to hit everything he throws up. Foul goes against Lotzenheiser. Hassan goes back to the free throw line. 2-possession game here. Al Hassan Berry, his first free throw attempt of this game, as he misses. Entering today a 52% free throw shooter. Looking like Cougars going to extend their record to 12-8 overall and 5-3 in the Crossroads League. Mount Vernon Naz going to beat Taylor. They're up 75-59. So we got a timeout called by Goshen. We'll be right back with you for the ending of this Cougar basketball game.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Well, folks, Connor Lotzenheiser just 1 of 6 from beyond the arc, but this one here was a big one with 18 seconds remaining. Boom, cold as ice. Lotzenheiser now with the team high 21 points. Cougs with the ball here, up by 5. The inbound goes to Hollowell, going to be fouled with 14.3 seconds remaining. Hunter, once again, a 75% free throw shooter. So it's Mount Vernon Naz with 5 minutes remaining, up by 14, looking like they're going to get the win over Taylor. St. Francis over Goshen. Spring Arbor with the big second half, going to beat Bethel up 68-59 with 1:43 left to play. And Wesleyan is just trouncing Huntington up 93-53. They're up by 40 points. And that's a Huntington team that beat Goshen 93-75. So, yeah. (87-81), and that's going to do it here from the Hut. I'm not even sure if that score is correct there. But St. Francis will improve its record to 12-8 overall, 5-3 in the CL. Goshen falls to 6-14 overall, 0-8 in conference play. 87-81 is your final score here. Lotzenheiser with a team high 23 points. Finished 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 of 16 from the field. Cougars with 5 players in double digits. Chandler White with 12 points. Austin Compton with 13. Jeffrey Reynolds with 12. And Hunter Hollowell with 16. For Goshen, DeMarcus Stuckey, a new career high, 36 points. Austin Brannigan had 11. Only those 2 guys in double digits. St. Francis shooting 54% from the field, 31% from three-point, and 88% from the free throw line. Goshen at 56% from the field, 63% from beyond the arc, thanks in part to DeMarcus Stuckey, 9 of 12 shooting from three-point, and 6 of 10 from the free throw line. Cougars out-rebounding the Maple Leafs 30-23. And once again, Stuckey led his team in assists, rebounds, and points. 36, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. So St. Francis, once again, improves to 5-3 in Crossroads League play. Up next, we will take on the first-place team, Spring Arbor, this Tuesday here from the Hut. Folks, once again, my name is Jeff Mahoney, and we had Ryan Stillebauer on the camera. Thanks again for joining us.